Hi everyone. As you all know, a lot of Black Lives Matter and anti-police brutality protests have been happening in America as of recent. This is because of countless unjustifiable murders that have been committed by several cops in the past few weeks. Only one of these cops has been tried and charged while the rest have walked free. This is because we live in a system of privilege where certain groups are on top and others have to suffer. Countless people on top profiteer off of the less fortunate and then expect them to have to fight for equality. This is unjustifiable behavior. The people on top and corporations are taking advantage of your movement. Don't let them. In the past, peaceful protests have gotten a message across, but no legislation to be successfully changed. I do believe that peaceful protests are positive, but most marginalized groups are so desperate for societal and legal change that they are forced to riot. Marginalized groups have unfortunately had to riot because our country never enacts real political change unless it is forced to. My community, the LGBTQ+ community, started the gay rights movement through the use of riots. The Stonewall riots, again, kickstarted the entire gay rights movement and, in fact, was mostly led by African Americans. These same African Americans are getting their names slandered by mainstream media, who calls them thugs, criminals, and bad guys. On the other hand, when all-white riots by sports fans happen, rioters are simply treated as teenagers getting angry and not a serious threat. It's literally the sentiment of boys will be boys, but I digress. Another thing that happens during these riots is looting. People are against this, and I don't see why. These corporations have been systematically benefiting off of black people in the lower class for as long as they have been around. In fact, since we live in a capitalist system, that is literally how our country and businesses make money, off the backs of the less fortunate. Most protesters are economically low income, and so the material things that they loot from stores is going to benefit them, whether it be food, clothing, or technology, not to mention the double standard that people have when comparing literal murder that officers commit versus one target getting looted. If you're planning on attending protests or riots, please bring appropriate clothing and supplies. Protective eyewear, masks, long-sleeve shirts, pants, backpacks, comfortable shoes, milk or water, food, first aid, extra battery packs, and your phone are all good things to have on hand. I'll put a link in the description that's more informative. If you're planning on recording a negative encounter with a cop, please be careful. Make sure you're a reasonable distance away because sometimes these encounters will turn violent. If you're approached by a cop, make no sudden movements and follow what they say. This is the unfortunate reality. Curfew is a new rule implemented by police forces to control these protests. These curfews set in place by police systematically target people of color since statistically people of color work late night shifts and will be unable to get home in time for curfew. This gives police full authority to arrest innocent people who are simply returning home from their jobs. If you are a person that says, look at all the good things that the cops are doing during these protests, or this is what they don't show you on the news, wake up. Most of the videos or pictures of positive interactions with cops happen only hours or minutes before they start beating and shooting protesters. Not to mention tear gas is being used by cops to defend themselves. Tear gas is a chemical weapon that is banned in warfare. For the few instances of real positive cop interaction, it's merely a distraction from the carnage that is going on in practically every other city where there are protests. Cops supporting this movement should be the norm, and unfortunately only a tiny percent of them are following through with that. For the people and cops who are remaining neutral on this situation, you need to wake up as well. Remaining neutral is like watching bullying take place and doing nothing about it. You are only part of the problem. Stop being a bystander and do something. Share the many petitions that have been made. Donate, advocate, make phone calls, talk to friends, do anything but sit back and watch. Your privilege is showing, you know. I will be including links to petitions and donations in the description. Please check them out. It only takes 30 seconds to sign a petition and a minute to donate. As a final message, I want to send my condolences to the family and friends of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Tony McDade, Breonna Taylor, and the countless others who have lost their lives due to the police. Thank you for watching, and please stay informed. If there's anything that I was incorrect about, please let me know. And remember, this is your movement. Wherever you lead, I will follow. Thank you for listening.